Hey everybody, Alex Kazora, SteelersDepot.com, back with some Pittsburgh Steelers preview and analysis of the Steelers Week 6 Sunday night primetime game against the Seattle Seahawks. Big game here for Pittsburgh. They're 2-3. They win this one, they're 3-3 going into the bye. That would be huge, of course. On the opposite end, if you lose it, you drop to 2-4. All that good feeling and quote unquote momentum this team seems to have right now goes right out the window. So let's talk about the keys of Week 6. Starting with a look at the Seahawks offense, they're going to be without a couple of their big names. Of course, Russell Wilson will not play in this one. He's going to be out several weeks. And also, starting running back Chris Carson is going to miss another game with a neck injury. So, Seattle without its starting quarterback and running back Wilson, the headline name here. Obviously, the last time the team started a game without Wilson under center was January 1st of 2012, before Wilson was even in the NFL. So, how much does their game plan change and alter, and what schematically do they rely on with Geno Smith, a veteran who knows the offense, but still obviously a steep drop down compared to Wilson? It's hard to say how much that is going to change. And in that sense, it makes this a little tougher to evaluate and game plan for if you're Pittsburgh, because you're not quite sure what you're getting. Geno Smith also a bit of a mobile quarterback, not like he once was, but still can run a little bit, and that's always an asset to backup quarterbacks who just kind of have to create on their own from time to time. But I think overall, what Seattle's going to try to do in this one, especially with Carson out, is hit the home run and hit the big play, just in the way that Pittsburgh talked about with its offensive struggles in 2019 without Ben, and then prior to the Broncos game, they were relying on and hoping to get the big play downfield, a 50, 60-yard touchdown, or at least catch and run, that doesn't require an offense to go 15 plays, 10 plays, and be super crisp and efficient and convert on third down and red zone and things like that. And so you just can't give up the big play if you're Pittsburgh. You got to keep a lid on things, which unfortunately is something they've struggled in doing really throughout this entire season, including that Broncos game allowed Denver to get back into that one. So I think you do want to turn up the heat on Geno Smith. He's got a really nasty habit of bailing to his right on clean pockets. I think TJ Watt, even more so than usual, could have a big game here. I think you want to be selective about your blitzing and not just send 6, 7 guys, but creatively sending 4, occasionally 5, I think can really get some pressure on Seattle, especially when they're in empty. But keeping a lid on things, easier said than done, of course, when you're facing two really talented receivers in Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. But that's going to be key in this one for the Steelers defense. And of course, stopping the run, always important for this unit. Seattle's defense has some individual talented pieces. Bobby Wagner, second in NFL in tackles, and tackles alone obviously is not always a metric of performance, but he's been one of the football's best linebackers for quite some time. Jamal Adams, to me, I know Adams gets picked on quite a bit for some of the coverage liabilities, but this guy's really physical. He's a great blitzer, and so I think pass pro for the running backs, Najee Harris, of course, in particular, is going to be really important. I think for Harris, it's almost important what he does in pass pro as he does as an actual runner. But the Seahawks defense has not played very well this season. They've allowed 113 yards in all 5 of their games this year, allowed over 200 to Derrick Henry and the Tennessee Titans. So Pittsburgh coming off really the last 2 weeks, but especially the Broncos game where they made strides with their rushing attack and really got things going against Denver, should have success. I think some more gap runs, some more power runs with the guard pulling, man blocking would work well this week. I think motion can be effective in terms of getting the Seahawks linebackers and their eyes off track and getting those guys out of position. I think that can be effective as well. And when you do run zone, I think you'd look at the cutback, the bending the run backside, because Seattle's more of a one gap fast flow kind of defense. And so I think if they over pursue a bit and you can wash those guys down, it'll create the cutback lane for Harris or whoever the running back is. But of course, as will be the case for Pittsburgh this entire season, running the ball effectively will be critical in this game. They should be able to do it against Seattle. Seahawks secondary has had its issues at corner as well. No longer is just a legion of boom. Far from it. They have a good safety tandem though, in Jamal Adams, who I mentioned, and Quandre Diggs is super underrated. He has 2 interceptions this season, both coming in the last 2 games. Daryl Taylor is a pass rusher, doing really well for them. Kind of their top and kind of only guy in terms of pressure and sacks and things like that. But they're more of a zone team, which has always kind of been the personality under Pete Carroll. They don't play the old school country cover three quite as much as they used to. There's more, matching and carrying stuff vertical, but they're more of a, three deep shell cover two type of team. So I think some more zone beaters in this one will be effective. They bring up a decent amount of pressure. The pressure rate is down from last year by about 10%. When they do bring pressure, it's safety, boundary type blitzes. So again, watching Jamal Adams, I think their mantra is going to be, like it was for Pittsburgh at previous stops, is the defense has to create more takeaways than it has been. So I could see them ramp up the pressure in this one to try to create the big play, create a short field, extra possession for their offense because they know if they're just going to play it straight up, their odds of winning this one without Wilson and Carson is going to be tough on the road there in Pittsburgh. So I think their mantra is going to be to bring some more heat. So overall, in this one, my prediction for week number 6 have the Steelers winning this one 24-13. They should run the ball well. If they do that, that's going to make everything else easy. I think the pass rush is going to be in a better place, get after the quarterback better than it has been over the last couple weeks in Pittsburgh. Thankfully, just a healthier team in general. Chase Claypool, James Washington, all those guys seem ready to play. Cam Sutton's coming back. Devin Bush should play in this one as well after leaving with a groin injury midway through week 5 game. So this is a big week, of course. You don't want to take it lightly and just assume that because Seattle has their backups in, Pittsburgh will easily win this one. That's never been the case with the Steelers, but they're at home in prime time where they've always tended to do well. And I think they know how important this game is. And so we'll see what happens. But I got Pittsburgh winning this one. If I didn't say the score already, I'm not sure if I did, but 24-13 is the score prediction for week 6. And hopefully you get the victory and go into the bye 500 and then come back out of the bye with a big showdown against Cleveland. And that will be a prime time, or not a prime time, but a marquee matchup to watch in that one. But first things first, beat Seattle and go into the bye happy and go from there. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What is your score prediction? Will Pittsburgh win this one or will they get upset by Seattle? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you guys have not done so already. We'll be keeping you posted on this game here Sunday night and throughout next week. Appreciate you watching, and we'll talk to you soon.